Welcome to Vicky's Kentucky Flowers. And I went out in the yard today to pick things, and there wasn't much to pick, so there was just greenery. And I ended up with holly, pine, some yew, and some euonymus that had some berries on it. And then I sent my husband to the grocery store and told him to look at the reduced flower bin, and I think he did pretty well, don't you? All right, so then I soaked some flower foam. And this is good stuff. I don't want it to fall out when I go to move my flower arrangements. So I'm going to tape it in here with some of this really sticky tape. And it's a waterproof tape that florists use when they're putting together professional flower arrangements. And you can get that at the craft store or sometimes in the flower department at the grocery store, like the flower foam. This is a really good brand here. It's called Oasis. And it's better if you soak it overnight. So I'm going to try to pick some things that are going to keep my flower arrangement small. I put a little piece of cutting board under here so that I don't get crazy about how big I'm making this. And I want to pick pieces of greenery that kind of hang over the side and hide the edge of it, like where the tape is. So I think we're doing pretty well with this holly. Let's just start with this first one. And I'm going to just stick that in there and make sure it doesn't come out over this. Oh, that'll be good. That's good. Okay. And I don't want it to be any higher than this is wide here. I want people to be able to talk over the top of it. If this neighbor that I'm going to give it to sits in the middle of the dinner table, I want to make sure that they can actually see over it and don't have to keep ducking and bobbing to see over my flower arrangement. What a terrible gift that would be if I gave them something that was annoying, don't you think? All right, so I'm not going to put a lot of holly in there, and I want to make sure that this candle that I want to put in it is over here out of the way so that when it burns down during their dinner, it doesn't burn anything. I'm not going to put any greenery near that candle. This is just a one dinner party candle, and we'll change that from time to time, and I'll tell my neighbor to do that. I have some things in addition to my greenery and my flowers that I've saved from other flower arrangements in the past. And they're going to help us fill some gaps if we have any. Let's see. Let's do the pine next. This looks like it'll hang down over the side really well. And I'm going to stick that in there. This flower foam is wonderful because it just helps you put things anywhere you want them to be. And you don't have to worry about whether it's going to get water or not, because if you've soaked it up really good the night before, I'm going to do some yew now, then it'll keep water in it for a long time. Get rid of some of this stuff so that it'll be healthier underneath here. Oh, that's good. That's going to hang over the edge really well. I like the way that looks. Let's do some more of that. I like the way that looks. Let's see, I need a bigger tool. And get rid of all of these things that go underneath the water line and stick that in there. Isn't that going to be great? Oh, good, and it bends away from the candle too. Plus, this is really fresh greenery, so I know that if they use that candle soon, it'll be safer than something that's really old and dry. Oh, this is going to be great. Now when we put flowers in around it, it's going to be really good. Oh, this pine's getting a little out of control. I'm really trying to stay over here within my template and stay on my point here. These little berries are intriguing to me. I think I'm going to try to get one of them in there, and they're just a little bit too long. Let's see if I stick that in there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Let's see. I think we ought to do some more of those. I know, you're going, well, when are we going to put flowers in there? Don't worry about that. We're going to put flowers in there. We're going to put so many flowers in there, you're going to go, oh, okay. Now, those need to hang over the edge too. And I don't want things to be symmetrical, but I do like things to be balanced. Does that make any sense? There's some beads on this side. They look like beads to me anyway. They look like jewelry. Don't they look like jewelry to you? Okay. All right. Now let's cover the bottom a little bit more so I see some tape showing. What will cover that? Some more pine, I think. Something that will hang over the edge. We'll do something like this. Stick it in the side, and that will definitely hang over the edge. There, it hung over the edge. Covered that tape. Wasn't that slick? Let's do it on this side too. Alright, this looks kind of curvy. I bet that'll stick in there really well. Let's put that in there. Oh my goodness, I don't see any tape. You see any tape? I don't see any tape. Let's see. I like this little tiny bit here. I just really love these berries. I don't know how long they're going to last, but boy, I'm ready to try it. Oh, those are pretty. All right, I'm going to stick that kind of in the side there. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh, that's good. All right. So, there's our base. Now, you're wondering, when are we going to do the flowers? Let's do the flowers now. What do you think? Okay. Now, this is a little tiny thing of things I saved from other flower arrangements. If for some reason I need something shiny, I'll throw in one of these fake things that has shiny on it, or a pine cone. But if I don't need that, I won't worry about it. Right now it is so fresh and beautiful, we might not need that at all. Let's take some flowers of the season, like, look at these. Aren't those fresh looking? Those are lovely. And they're just rosy, and we don't want them up above that candle. So I'm holding the stem way below the level of the countertop so that I don't threaten to cut that stem too long. Now let's see if that's the right height. Oh, that's about right. Okay, I'm going to stick it in the flower foam. There it goes. Oh, I like it a lot. There's one more of those too. Let's look at that. I think we can do that on the other side. I'm going to turn the whole template around. Nope, this candle's too close to do it on the other side. Let's do it here though. There's a whole lot of space in the flower foam. So I'm going to do that. And, oh, I shook that and a petal fell off. Well, that might not last very long. I'm going to talk about that in a couple of seconds. But let me cut the stem now. Okay. All right, now we're going to put that right there. Not too close to the candle. Okay, I think that's going to look really great. Now, something that's not pink or red. What do you think? Shall we do green? Not too much green. Let's do one of these beautiful white roses. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Let's put a nice white rose down here next to the candle. What do you think? All right, so hold it down there below the countertop so that you don't cut it too long. See, wasn't that easy? There, all that's gone. Now, make sure the leaves look nice. If they don't, just cut them off. All right, and there is a little bit of brown petal, but it's okay. Just peel it away. Not there anymore. Isn't that perfect? All right, now we're going to stick it down here in the flower fountain between the candle and that pretty pink flower near the bottom as far as we can so it gets all the water from that vase. There. Oh, that's great. All right, I like that. I'm going to put another one over here. I liked it so much. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. This is a very good one. Oh, I like this a lot. It's a very nice flower, and I'm gonna make it a little lower because I like the candle too. I'm gonna make this really stubby. You won't believe this, and I might need some of that greenery later, so I'm gonna save it. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, put it right here. Okay, yeah, I think so. I think so. And then something little in here to complement those pink flowers on the other side. These chrysanthemums are really nice. Actually, this is a nice big chrysanthemum here. And let's put that one way down there. We'll make him real low. We'll put him way down in there. Oh, look at that. Oh, just like the pros. Just like the pros. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got a couple of holes here to fill. What do you think? These roses are a huge hit, don't you think? All right, I think we're going to do another one of those. These roses are wonderful. Now, there's a little petal that we don't need. Those leaves look pretty good. We want this one to be really low too. We want it to be nestled way down in there. So I'm going to cut this very, very short. And if I shove it way down in the bottom, it'll get lots of water all the time. You be sure and keep this well watered now. These are going to be thirsty flowers. These are going to be very thirsty flowers because, oh my goodness, because they're so fresh. All right, now, something else to set those things off. These mums are lovely. Actually, you know, we had this one big chrysanthemum on the other side, and I think that these little chrysanthemums might be complementary around the periphery. So let's think about making little tiny chrysanthemums around the edge. And there's nothing wrong with a few stalks in there. You don't want to see any what they call mechanics. You don't want to see tape or anything. But it's lovely to see the branches of a tree or something that's in a flower arrangement that appears to be growing naturally, like it was always meant to be that way. Oh yeah, I think these chrysanthemums are just the thing. Okay, so the flower fountain makes it easy. You just stick them wherever you want them, and it holds them there. And if it resists, then you just turn it around and try it another way. Well, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to overdo it because sometimes artists say that when it's done, you know? If anything's dragging on the bottom, trim it off. It's not necessary. And you want to make sure that you water it. And if you want anything that looks a little bit more rustic, then put in little shiny things like this when you lose a flower. You know, if one of these gets kind of wilty, pull this out and pull off this little apple thing or these little berry things that came in a flower arrangement someone gave you, and stick that in there if you don't have any fresh flowers. The other thing you can do is if you've saved one of these little tubes from a flower arrangement that hold water, you fill these up with water, and then when these things die, and I told you this looked like it was going to shed a petal even when I was putting it in water earlier. Pick something about the same color, about the same height. Let's see. These roses look nice. That looks good. Here, we'll make it something that'll fit in that vase. Oh, that'll be nice. Okay, that's about right. Cut that off. Make sure it fits in the tube. Tube doesn't hold much water, you guys. You may have to fill the tubes after a while, but these are the things that help extend the life of your flower arrangement. To be able to just put something into that hole that isn't drawing bacteria and that looks like it belongs there. Well, I hope you have a really good holiday season. That's Vicky's Kentucky Flowers. And I'm so happy to have talked to you today.